should be littered with rats. They should be everywhere. There's garbage cans everywhere. Where's all the rats?
Yeah.
They're all getting jacked by coyotes and owls.
Well, that's one of the great things about coyotes being in the East. I mean, you know, all the East Coast cities have huge problems with rats.
They should let them loose in New York City.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean,
but the rats,
they'll take out your rats.
I watched a rat trip a mousetrap, a rat trap today. Have you ever seen this? Yes, watch this. Jamie, you're the best. How did you do this?
Man, he was right on top of it.
You're the best. So look at this rat. This rat goes, he realizes that's a trap. There's a nice piece of cheese on it. So he brings a stick. And he trips the fucking trap. I mean, come on, man. How smart are those little motherfuckers? That little tiny ass brain. How smart is he? He's using tools.
He's using a tool, that's right.
I mean, that's incredible. I mean, it's really incredible. And he knows what he's doing. He didn't even freak out. Look, see how he reacted?
No, it didn't startle him at all.
At all.
No.
Imagine being a wild animal, subject to predators, subject to other territorial rats, and you're not even freaked out by a giant spring snapping down on a board?
Yeah, that could break your neck very
easily. That's supposed to kill you. He's got to know, probably. These things killed my friends.
Well, yeah, I mean, that certainly is, you know, it's a trait common to the whole wolf story in America, too, because wolves learned all these kinds of techniques. I mean, I don't really have a record of a wolf using a tool like that, but they certainly learned and taught one another over many, many generations how to avoid traps, what to do when people were trying to poison them, and how to spit out bait if they smell strychnine in it. So that kind of thing is a fairly common response of animals that feel as if humans are after them.
One of the things that I noticed when I rented a house in Encino for a while, and we had a problem with rats in the garage. And one of the things I noticed is rats had realized that if they get to the garbage in the garage, there's no coyotes and owls. And so the only time I ever saw rats was in my own house, was in my garage.
Yeah.
And one time the trap went off, and I heard it. I was in the kitchen, and I opened the door, and there's a rat like the size of my forearm. I mean, it's a huge rat. I was like, look at that sucker. Jesus Christ. But it was late at night. I was like, I'll clean this motherfucker up in the morning. I'm going to bed. I went to bed. I got up in the morning. There was nothing left but the tail. They had eaten him. That's a hard, hard world. And that world is existing simultaneously with me, a fucking young kid who's on a sitcom, who's going to drive his sports car into this studio in Hollywood. And at the same time, like this cannibalism, fight for survival is going on in my garage. But I don't even think that it applies to me.
No, you don't. And,
you know, I have an agent.
Yeah,
I have I have a manager I have to call.
And a sports car.
Yeah, I have a sports car. I have a Toyota Supra.
Yeah.
But it was like watching that, seeing that thing take place. It was I'll never forget it, because it made me realize, oh, you coexist with brutality. You're just not completely aware of it. This is real nature. It's happening right here. You've just everyone's numbed themselves to it with buildings and fast food, but this is happening right where you are.